En is voormalig winnaar van de Hungarian Masters. Dames en heren, Benjamin Platnemer. Een Noorderbuur uit Hendrik Ido Ambacht, 29 jaar jong, geboren in het fantastische jaar 1990. Dames en heren, uw applaus voor Wesley Plaisier!
Want telkens dag hij aan Maria, zijn liefste signorita, viva amor.
European Tour in 2020 and the Belgian Darts Championship, the first time that the Euro Tour has ever come to Belgium, despite having the European Championship here in this very building a couple of times, the Etihad Arena. Justin Pipe and Mervyn King, the big game of the day, but Stephen Bunting and Martin Kleermaker could be a belter. Don't underestimate these two, though. Wesley Plaisier, a man who has played Euro Tour darts before. He's won a game on the European Tour stage last year, playing as the associate member qualifier, doing so again here today against Benjamin Platnemer, the Slovenian, whom we saw at the World Championship, just the second Slovenian to play at the PDC World Championship, and the first to play on the PDC European Tour. He actually gave a very good game to Justin Pipe, who we'll see later, at Ali Pali, and if he reproduces that kind of stuff, he's got a chance of making it a winning debut and setting up a tie with Gerwyn Price, the number 3 in the world and very much in the mix to be the best player on the planet right now. Paul Nicholson alongside me for this one. It's Plaisier and Platnemer in the opening round of the Belgian Darts Championship.
First leg, Wesley to throw first. Game on.
Well, one thing I will say, Dan, is that they both got the memo. They look like pairs partners.
Yeah.
Play for the same team, or maybe they just like the same colours.
100.
They definitely blend into the stage set.
That was it. I mean, I'm thinking at some point they can. There's some point on that stage where they can stand and they might entirely disappear. Now, Platnemer, I'll admit I'd not seen anything of him until he appeared at Ali Pali, and I think Justin Pipe himself was surprised with how solid a player he was, and he was full of praise for the Slovenian after the match.
57.
Really did have chances to win it, Platnemer.
I saw him at the World Masters back in October, and
He made the last 32, didn't he?
He didn't play particularly well. I will say that. He lost out to Carl Hamilton, and Carl was excellent that day, but Benjamin did not show. But did a complete 180, for the want of a better phrase,
96.
going to Ali Pali, and he was excellent and could have won that game, just didn't. But he's got a very similar action to Christopher Tysky. He's got that extension of the arm, and
the grip looks very similar, doesn't it?
He uses a dart that's very similar to a Dennis Priestley dart.
99.
I think that may be a Dennis Priestley dart. It's even got the black and red circles on it, which lends me to believe it's the right shape, it's the right colours. I mean, it's not dissimilar to the one Plaisier's throwing, is it? It's just a chunkier version.
96.
But they do look like Priestley darts, don't they?
We could have 2 Dennis Priestley superfans playing up there.
We've got one in the commentary. We've got two in the commentary box. I mean, I'm not sure I'm as big a Dennis Priestley fan as you are, but
Probably not.
Not many are.
He's very tidy though,
100
is
is
Benjamin Platnemer.
152.
And leaving 67 after 12 on debut, that shows that he's ready for the challenge. He's not up for the 152, is Big Wesley.
100. Benjamin requires
Should
67.
get at least one dart for a break of throw. I'd love to at double 8. This is where you find out whether you like tops or double 16. He's a 16s guy, just like Ratajski.
51.
Not a million
Plaisier
miles away,
requires
but
52.
far enough as far as Wesley Plaisier is concerned. Now, is it 12 or 20 for Wesley? 16's guy as well.
Each on the first leg. Wesley
Definitely a
Plaisier.
double 8 guy, that's for
To
sure.
make Benjamin to throw first.
Pulls a few faces, does our Wesley when he
Yes.
throws. And that's not a new thing. We've seen many a face pulled by players. Remember Colin Monk's fish mouth?
Oh, I mean, there've been plenty of guppy-mouthed darts players over the year. Christian Kist is one of the more recent ones.
100.
Shane Burgess.
Oh, very much so, yeah.
We'll see another one later with a debutant, Geoffrey Van Egdom.
You see, I've not seen him play yet, but you did point that out, that there's going to
55.
be some gurning going on.
I'm surprised that Plaisier is a 16s guy, really, because he is so tall that
He's-
tops cannot be that much south of his eye line when he gets to the board. He is
40.
he's a big lad.
Yeah, he is a unit.
It's quite an imposing figure, actually, when you play against someone like Wesley or, say, Vincent Camphouse.
125.
There's a big shadow on the stage as well as the big player. Benjamin Platnemer, I've seen him play a few times, and he's not going to be rushed.
60.
He's got his own way of doing things, but he doesn't ever seem to do things the easy way.
Well, I mean, the pipe Platnemer game at Ali Pali, it was a marathon. But
61.
it was really, really captivating. It was nip and tuck. Pipe really had to dig deep to find the win there.
Well, both these guys getting through to this stage, they had to win more matches than anybody else to get here.
99.
Benjamin had to win 4, and Wesley had to beat 5 guys last night. Beat Scott Marsh to get here. He was one of the guys who travelled to Belgium from England to try and
100.
qualify for the main event. Came through a great game with Jimi Hendrix and out Alexander Merckx 6-1 in his quarter-final. He beat Eric Tautfest in the earlier stage. We haven't seen Eric for a long time. I think he's arguably the hardest thrower of a
60.
dart on the planet.
Wesley requires 160.
It's on. But no longer. And Platnemer, I can't quite remember what route he's going to go here. I quite like the 17s route for this, but
142.
he's not really a tops guy, so maybe it'll be the treble 20.
Yeah, strikes me as a traditional approacher
60.
and finisher. Doesn't look for the
Wesley
newfangled
requires
ways.
20.
The likes of Keegan Brown and Simon Whitlock, and
What route are you using for the 142 nowadays?
always the 17s, always has been. And
He's
there's
on
only
the
one way to get
second
double
leg.
10, of
Wesley
course.
Plaisier.
Doesn't matter as long as you get it with darts 1, 2, or 3, and in this case it's dart
Third
number
leg,
2.
Wesley
And it's
to
2-0
throw
Plaisier.
first.
Well, it's
Game
6 visit legs so far, so nothing to write home about. 18 darter, 17 darter. It's solid. It can be competitive, but Platnemer will feel disappointed
100.
not to have got at least one of the legs on the board.
Side camera's a good one to watch in this match, because as you can see with Benjamin, he is fighting with the right shoulder to stay still while he throws. It's actually very good technique. But with Wesley, there's a
47.
what I like to call the sprinkler head movement. He rotates a little bit as he throws. As you can see, Right shoulder comes through. It's all about timing this throw.
Yeah, an early release and you're dragging it right or pushing it right, and a late release and you're dragging it over to the left there.
Correct. Really well said.
It's very straight up and down, or looks it from Platnemer, but from that position, you've done some darts coaching yourself. You work with a few young players. In that position, are you not concerned that he's got such a pronounced lean there that he's having to do a lot of work just to keep himself anchored?
54.
I mean, that back leg, it looks like it's almost straining to keep him stood up rather than falling over. It's a big old lean forward there.
It is. It's the same with Ratajski, but I think Christoph is a bit more relaxed at address. If you look at the right knee, for instance, of Benjamin, the leg looks really straight, almost to the point of hyperextension, which is going to put a lot of pressure on the knee, the ankle, and the hip. So, if I was coaching Benjamin, I'd say just withdraw a little bit from that lean forward and just relax a little bit more. But when he gets it right, he's brilliant. But you can see the chin lifts as he throws. So that's something I would possibly work on.
Right, it's as you say, you've pointed out, Plaisier, a lot of his movement is lateral. It's from right to left, whereas any movement, there's not a lot of it, but any movement from him has got is pretty much straight up and down, isn't it? Now, you would think that means that one player is going to be straighter than another, but the other one might be more consistent getting the weight of dart, although
96.
Wesley's nearly at the bullseye going for treble 19 there, so...
Well, very much like the last game, it's pretty one-sided at this stage. How Wesley would love the same result that Damon Heta just got against Barnard. What a
100.
performance that was.
Not bad from Damon Heta, who really, he's caught the eye. I know that World Series win is enormous, but he just looks dangerous on the tour. He was incredibly useful.
155.
Another big ask for Benjamin Platnemer. But this time, doesn't get a shot. Just a centimetre north of the requisite target to get a go at double 19.
99.
Surely, double 12 is one of the
24.
favourite doubles for Wesley. Lovely position for the tall lad. Recalibrates for sixes, I like that. Doesn't take it out, to his surprise and mine.
You require 56.
Well, Platnemer would be for a breaker throw here and game very much on. If it doesn't go, the scoreboard pressure will build.
It does go. Leg, Benjamin Platnemer.
And Plaisier,
Full flag, Benjamin to
it's
throw
his turn
first.
to be frustrated because he'll think,
Game
I should be 3-0 up here and really trying to turn the screw. Whereas now, if he doesn't break throw, it's a level game at 2 apiece. And talking with Steve Beaton earlier on,
98.
he knows that he said, look, last couple of legs, I knew I'd got Kai Fan Lung, I knew I'd got him, I was playing better than him. But early on in the game, when he hadn't taken all his
60.
chances, he hadn't put him away, he knew he wasn't playing as well as he could be doing, then if you don't take your chances early on, it can come back and bite you later. Sure, Kai Fan Lung's probably the same, because he had his opportunities in that one.
He was pretty silent in the practice room about 45 minutes ago when I was there.
140.
Just collecting his thoughts. That's the thing about these European Tour events. You work so hard to qualify for them, and it can be over very quickly when you get here. Nothing worse than being eliminated on a Friday afternoon.
Oh, particularly if you've had a bit of a trek to get here. I mean, you know, guys like Wesley, you know, they're turning up and playing the associate qualifier the night before the tournament. They might even come through that.
180.
Well, Platnemer seems to have found his range all of a sudden. A little bit of feast or famine going on here.
60.
Definitely feast at the minute.
And you require 83.
Well,
I think that's Wesley's parents. Time on his side. Because if Wesley's going to win this leg, he's probably going to need a 180 and a 160 out, and misses from Benjamin.
31. 45, and you require 52.
Surely got to be 20 and 16s. He's going to follow the Ratajski blueprint. Didn't even aim that dart, just followed through.
36.
Well, he can afford to faff around here with Wesley back on almost 300. But he was on for an 11 darter in this leg.
99.
And the longer it goes on, and the more frustrating it's going to be. Any sort of confidence that you're building up by thinking, oh, I'm in the zone now, it can just sort of ebb away.
That's probably a good thing. That flight's on the floor now, less in the way.
8.
Somehow Wesley is still in the leg. And if I was in his shoes right now, I'd think I might get a shot. Because Platnemer doesn't look that confident on doubles.
And you require 8.
Certainly in with a shout now. That wasn't close.
6.
That was, but not close enough. And this is
Wesley
so solid.
62.
Ali Pally in his clash with Justin Pipe, and he looks fragile here in Hasselt.
How has Wesley Plaisier got a shot at a double in this leg? A shot
30.
that is so close to going in.
Benjamin, you require 2.
Signs of frustration on the face of Wesley. It'll be relief if this goes in.
I mean, there's safe darts and then there's pointless ones.
Oh,
It's a perfect guide. What am I talking about? Well,
It's
it's one of those legs where you... I know that if you lose a leg badly, one that you definitely should have won, you can end up thinking
91.
about it. Even when you try not to, thinking about it for 2 or 3 legs. Benjamin Platnemer could have been thinking about that leg for the rest of the match and lost it 6-1 had he lost there from 300 points clear.
Completely true.
100.
Can do funny things to you, the European stage. Obviously, you can get up there and feel like it's an armchair. Just easy, bit like what Damon Hetter's just done, but some people
82.
find it a bit more tricky. And when he qualified for this, he beat Boris Koltsov 6-4. That's beating a good player. And that was in the semi-final stage. After that, he beat David Piszek.
45.
But I don't think this is going to be the only time we'll see Benjamin Platnemer on the European Tour this year. And I think the part of Europe he's from is a potential boom area. I think
140.
Central to Eastern Europe, or even Southeastern Europe, is one of the next boom areas for me. Looking at Hungary for the first time this year on the European Tour. We've got Boris Krčma from Croatia. And there are so many other players from the Czech Republic
100.
coming through. I mean, we've talked about Adam Gavlas, but do not forget the name I'm about to tell you. Thomas Hudek.
Ah, yes.
He is fabulous.
100.
Yeah, just been signed up to a big darts manufacturer, Target Darts, as well. But a lot of people have been talking about Thomas Hudek. And he'll be working alongside a stable of very, very promising youngsters, the likes of Keane Barry, Leighton Bennett, of course.
100.
It's not just the boys that are coming through in the Czech Republic as well, the girls are too. Got a fabulous system in that country, and we are going to be turning to that part of the world. Full.
63.
It's just short for Wesley to take the lead once more.
Well, Karel Sedlacek, of course, a man who's whitewashed Rob Cross this year with 100% on doubles on the Pro Tour just a couple of weeks ago. Eye-catching display.
Somewhat evil display.
Evil indeed, yeah. But I tell you, it does not harm you if you are flying the flag for a previously unrepresented
85.
or underrepresented country.
You
in
require
darts.
25.
Because it can open doors, you can get opportunities. Double 8. There it
On the
is.
5th leg. Oh,
It is 3-2.
To get Benjamin
And
to throw first.
to be honest,
Game.
I'm struggling to call who the better player is because it looks like one and then the other. As soon as it looks like somebody's getting, well, there you see, there's not even a point in the averages. Platnemer outscoring
81.
Plaisier, but those just horrendous finishing in that one particular leg has really cost him.
Well, look on the bright side, Dan. If Wesley does somehow lose this
85.
match, his dad can go back to presenting MasterChef. Does look alarmingly like Greg Wallace.
And that, I believe, might be the first culinary reference of the Euro Tour 2020 from Paul Nicholson. But stay tuned, fans. There'll be plenty more to come.
Yes, there will.
95.
This is a grinder's game, this one. It's not going to be too fluent. There's going to be misses. I think if you embrace the fact that it is that kind of game, you can start to relax a bit more. But that's what Wesley requires to put himself in a more comfortable position.
I mean, Wesley, he took Jamie Hughes to a last leg decider last time out in the Euro Tour. That was the European Darts match play. He played in the Dutch
95.
Darts Masters, where he was again beaten in the first round. That was much more convincing by Brendan Dolan. But he did beat Jihan Arthur in his one win on the Euro Tour, and then took some legs. He gave a real game to James Wade last year. That was in Austria, if I remember rightly. But, the European Darts Open. That Leverkusen? Might have been.
It was indeed. We'll be going to Leverkusen next month.
100. Where you require 96.
Now then, this for the best leg of the match. We've seen 11 darter threatened, and then it went horrendously wrong. Double 18 to get it magnificently right. And that is magnificently right. An 11 darter from Wesley Plaisier. And can that just settle him? He's got a 2-leg gap that's opened up. He's thrown the best leg of the match by a distance. Nice 96 check out in 2 darts.
Game on.
I would say it looks like there's a bit of a swagger about him, but I think that's just the way he walks, Wesley. It's the way he throws.
Yeah, he walks a bit blingy. He should have a lot of jewellery around his neck. It's a very languid walk. And he's a bit like Benjamin in the respect that he just does things his own way.
41.
I feel like I've been watching him for a good couple of years now, and he hasn't really popped yet. He hasn't got himself a tour card or done something extraordinary, but you never know. It could be this weekend.
Well, the weird thing is he's earned far more money from his appearances on the European Tour. He played 3 tournaments last year. He won 1 game out of the 3. Went out in the first round. That dwarfs the amount of money he's winning on the Challenge Tour. He's not one of the guys who's been tearing up the Challenge Tour and making quarterfinals and semis and finals or winning them or anything like that. But as we know, the last 3-4 years, the Challenge Tour has become
100.
very, very competitive, increasingly so. And they are difficult weekends to negotiate with 4 events in 2 days. And with so many people playing them now, they've even changed it to 4 events over 3 days, haven't they, to try and space it out a bit, because you get into a Sunday
59.
night and they're finishing at midnight or whatever. But it is a tough school, that Challenge Tour.
Yeah, very much so. To put it into monetary terms, what Wesley has guaranteed by getting into this tournament
59.
is 10 times as much as what he's earned on the Challenge Tour this season.
Yeah, 4 events. He managed to pick up 100 quid at a last 32 run, but didn't trouble anybody.
140. Where's the requirement?
And yet he's qualified for this. And this experience will only do him good, you would think. Particularly if he can get the win here,
55.
just his second on the Euro Tour, and set up a clash with Gerwyn Price.
I think that's been the separator this afternoon. I think his experience of playing on this 4. He's looked more relaxed and ready for the challenge, but Benjamin has cut a very frustrated figure for me
106.
and hasn't been able to adapt. Again, Plaisier in a better position. And what does he want to do here? Back to the 60 and fabulously adjusted.
126.
Well, these haven't looked likely from the Slovenian so far, but that's such a good dart. Double 6. What's the wait about? What's the pause? You've got to go for it. You knew that. That is absolutely textbook. Where has that come from?
I'm not sure, but the hesitation on double 6 might have something to do with a famous video on YouTube of him. I think he was busting 132, wasn't he?
Oh,
Didn't
I'm
he
not sure
do
I've seen
something
that.
completely wrong in a game and it made it to YouTube? It went a little bit viral.
Oh, now that you mention
85.
it, maybe it was in one of those sort of weird open events. He's played lots of events in places like Hungary. It might have been... Maybe I have seen that. I'm sure somebody will point it out to us on social media.
He definitely didn't
42.
get that wrong. I mean, even if that first dart in the treble 19 wasn't there, the second one was so pure. It was just a great 3-dart kill. Every single dart was perfect.
He's got him right back in the match.
36.
He's playing snakes and ladders here, is Platnemer, because he's just advanced about 7 or 8 squares, and he's just, with that visit, gone down the snake.
65.
Who's going to win the most European Tour events this year, Dan? Where's your pick?
Well, I mean, if you want to take the previous 5 years as any sort of a guide, you'd be going on the world #1 MVG. But I'm intrigued by the state of darts at the moment. I think that we've mentioned many times how the strength in depth is improving, and that makes it harder for the big guy. But I genuinely think that at a very, very elite level, we've got Peter Wright, Gerwyn Price, Nathan Aspinall. They're Wright and Price particularly challenging for that title who the best player in the world is. They're not going to dislodge
95.
MVG off the rankings anytime soon. He's top dog there. And then you've still got the likes of Michael Smith, who is phenomenally experienced at winning these Euro Tour events, who looks really good at the minute, I think. But that's really good from Wesley Plaisier.
148.
180s can change legs and can also change matches, because Platnemer looking to get closer. Has just done a very good job with that second dart.
100.
Good ton. But if Plaisier can back up that 180 with this 114, he'll be a huge favourite.
54. Oh, it's just the wrong side of the wire. That is agonising, and Platnemer is going to get 2 darts to level this match.
$40. Benjamin, you require 48.
Can he take it out to draw level? He chooses double 16. And that's what he gets. By hook or by crook, he's got himself to 4-4. Wesley Plaisier has probably got good right to shake his head.
Well, is there a momentum shift in this game? A colleague, Rob Malarkey's just dug out that miscount from Platnemer, which was in a tournament in Hungary a couple of years ago, I believe. And was it in the final? It was certainly, but he miscounted twice, apparently. Spectacular work.
135.
I mean, maybe we've got the Slovenian de Souza here.
Or the Slovenian Devon
The
Peterson.
Slovenian Devon. How impressive is he at the moment?
Yeah,
By the way?
he's quite good. I
Yeah.
think his coach has done some phenomenal work with Devon. His action has never been so good, and it can't be ignored that he's looked at his diet and his exercise regime as well. He's putting all the bits together, and the results are coming.
121.
Well, it's something that a number of people have been banging on about for a while. Rod Harrington was banging this drum years ago. Darts players want to get, they should get coaches.
60.
Look at golfers, they have coaches. Even if they think they know what they're doing, they have somebody just to make sure they don't get in bad habits. Make sure that they, any tiny little improvements they can make. And a fresh pair of eyes, somebody who understands not only the game, but the mechanics of it.
84.
And help take you to another level. It looks like that is happening right now with Devon Peterson.
Just imagine what Ryan Searle could do with a fresh pair of eyes.
One functioning one would be an improvement.
145.
Plaisier uses the bullseye. Leaves himself a potential 2-darter. Platnemer, he's going to have to find a break of throw. He is not going to find it in this visit.
Now, what does he do here? He has got options.
85.
Is he going to gamble, go for the 25 and hope for 2 at tops? He can use treble 11 if he wishes. But it's come out now. He's forced to go 15 bull. It's bull.
He's had one fall out the 25. 40. And it sticks at the exact point it fell out a second ago.
76.
Oh!
Sometimes it's just not your day. That could be a sign.
Can the Slovenian capitalise? One dart, tops. Three legs on the spin, and this is the solid, dependable, dangerous Platnemer that we saw at Ali Pali. It took him a while to turn up, but it appears he is here on the Euro Tour now. 5-4.
Well, that 76 out wasn't just salt in the wound. That was like a dump truck emptying salt onto the body of Wesley Plaisier. That was cruel what happened to him on that 25.
59.
Wasn't a bad dart at the eventual bullseye, but that 76 was clinical.
Decent response from the big Dutchman. I know with not a huge crowd in, it's sometimes difficult to get fired up. I think when we've seen Wesley play before, he can be, as you say, quite an intimidating presence. He doesn't mind stomping around and letting his opponent know that he's hit a big shot. He's sort of half gone into that celebration there for the 140.
Are you talking about Gezi, the potential opponent? Or are you talking about Wesley still?
Well, Wesley still, yeah, but I mean, it'll be interesting. A bigger crowd tomorrow. If Wesley does turn this around, let's see how fired up he'd get against Gerwin, because I think we know what we're going to get from him.
It'll be two very different games, whoever wins this. If Platnemer can get himself one more leg, then Gezi has a very different challenge with him. But if it's Plaisier, it could be a bit of a blockbuster. He's hanging on to him.
84.
He's not down to a finish first. Platnemer is still in charge of this leg if he finds two big trebles.
He knew that dart was coming. He tried to rescue it with his shoulder.
Yeah, he needed a telescopic arm to catch that one and drag it back before it gets to the board, I'm afraid.
6 darts from 177 is a good position. He's got to convert.
57.
I like the switch to the 18s there. It takes it to 120 at the worst. And now what pressure can be applied by the Slovenian. Again, he's losing the range.
36.
Wow. Bare minimum. Absolute bare minimum from Platnemer there.
120.
For 3 legs. It looked the Platnemer of Ali Pali. But Plaisier
100.
is probably going to get more darts to break and force a last leg in which he would have the throw.
Oh,
I say probably.
Really? I wouldn't have been surprised if that had gone in after watching Peter Wright hit a 170 for the title last week.
Well, some astonishing stuff on the Pro Tour. It's fair to say that so far today we've not been treated to the same sort of standard. However, we could see some drama in this one. Because we are going the distance. He was 2-0 up in this. And when Platnemer pulled it back to 4-all and then went 5-4 ahead, it looked as if Wesley Plaisier's race was run. But George Noble will be the first to tell you that we're going all the way to an 11th and deciding leg.
Game on.
It's been up and down this game. It's been intriguing. You've got to admire the tenacity of the big lad from the Netherlands, because Platnemer had his man where he wanted him. I did say earlier in the match that Benjamin doesn't do anything the easy way. And yet again, he proves me right.
100.
Well, look, Platnemer's been on an 11-darter in this match. Wesley Plaisier has hit one. If somebody can produce a 4-leg visit,
60.
it's over. But I just get the feeling that this could be one that takes 5, 6, 7. Could they both get match darts? Oh, no, no, no. Not that you need. And can't rest it either. When it's gone wrong, it's gone very wrong for Platnemer.
Yeah, too much in the way of inconsistency. He's been consistently inconsistent in this match, as Benjamin.
55.
And that right there is enough right now to give himself a 2 to 3-dart lead.
Well, there's been a lot of that in the last couple of legs.
45.
I think he's got 9 darts from here. You mentioned, Dan, that an 18-darter could be enough. I think he would take the 18 right here.
60.
So it's very edgy for both player and parent.
Well, it is a big thing for both of them. Yeah, I know Wesley's won on the Euro Tour before, but he's only won the one game. Oh, hello, where's this come from?
Oh, well, this is ridiculous.
It is just as close to random as you can get. Whether it's going to be a top quality visit or a dreadful one, and this is another quality one. And that, well,
165.
it's not what he was after that last dart, but he knows he's going to get 2 darts for the match unless... Well, that would have been ridiculous. 180, 145 out.
This is not over yet. That 21 is very tricky.
Wesley required
He's
21.
going for a 5. Make sure it's the left hand of the 5. Great single. For a double he's hit before to get it done. Wonderfully done. One time to do it. And he's denied Benjamin Platnemer a debut win. Wesley Plaisier will go forward to play against the 3rd seed, Gerwin Price. He's done himself a favour there by taking the pressure off his parents' shoulders as well. They were living every dart, and you can see that they are happy. He is happy. And we will grab a quick word with him before he leaves the stage. Stay with us. Next game is very exciting indeed. Another Dutchman, Martijn Kleermaker.
Een fantastische wedstrijd. 4-2 voorstaan. Er lijkt niets aan de hand. Dan in één keer je tegenstander gooit 126 uit. Wat gaat er dan door je heen?
Ja, vak. nee, ik weet niet. Ja. Spanning. Het enige wat ik kan zeggen. Ja.
En toch bleven die dubbels bij jou ook goed komen. Hoe heb je je kunnen kalmeren tijdens de wedstrijd? Of hoe heb je je kunnen opladen om toch nog die overwinning binnen te halen?
Ja, eigen spelletjes spelen, eigen tempo gooien. En dat is het enige.
Voilà, en morgen tegen Gerwin Price, wat verwacht je?
Moeilijk. Maar ik weet wat ik kan. En ik heb niks te verliezen.
Voilà, mooie woorden, dames en heren. Uw applaus voor de winnaar van vandaag, Wesley Plaisier. Goed, dames en heren, een fantastische wedstrijd gezien. 6-5, heel spannend.